And welcome back here on Triple Threat Talk, the second video version. PostMaster Jones, Jimmy Biggers, along with Big B.
We did this the first time.
What?
First star we did.
Yeah, we did.
Going back to our roots, basics.
Yeah, we are getting back to basics. So we'll get right into pick'ems.
Before we do that, last couple weeks we haven't been on air. Games have still been going on. 2 weeks ago, Gary, the doctor, goes 8-5. I went 6-7, and Jimmy went 7-6. So my lead decreased because of 2 games. But then this week I get him back. Jimmy goes 7-7. I go 8-6, and Gary goes 6-8. So I'll definitely update the standings on the Pick'ems graphic.
And the doc isn't here, but his picks will be in before Sunday.
Yes.
So, but we will pick them, our pick'ems at least here tonight. So with that, Big B, since you're the champ, you lead us off.
Watch it.
Colts Titans.
He's got a big debut in a couple weeks. You gotta watch it.
Godzilla.
He's got a big debut.
Does he?
Yeah.
What?
You go see The Hobbit, 2.5-minute trailer for Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Colts Titans.
You know, I can't see the Colts losing again, especially since the Titans don't have a playmaker like Tavon Austin. And the Colts are better than that, so I picked the Colts.
Pick the Colts. Jets at Bills.
Boy.
Are you going to get the Jets team that beat the Patriots? Or are you going to get the Jets team that gets walloped by everybody else?
Or Jets that beat the Saints.
Yes.
I thought the Bills would play better against Pittsburgh when EJ coming back. Maybe he's still a little... His knee's still feeling kind of rusty. I still picked the Bills to win here because I think EJ will play a little bit better this week.
I got the Jets. Jets. Mm-hmm. The Ratbirds, the Ravens, go on the road to Chicago. Without Jay Cutler again this week, it'll be Josh McCown.
I think he's playing pretty well.
Yeah, and the Bears. It's a tough game.
It's tough because the Ravens aren't playing that well offensively.
No, and they almost blew it against the Bengals.
And the defense of the Bears isn't playing as good as they used to.
No.
Because, they played Detroit, and Detroit's offense.
Peanut Tillman did get hurt at the end of the game.
Detroit's offense is extraordinarily good.
It's a tough game.
I picked Chicago. I think because it's in Chicago, with, the coach Dickens of all the world.
Just got double check.
I picked the Bears.
I'm going to have to go against you here. Again.
So you picked the Ravens.
I picked quote the Raven to reward.
Hey, growl and putt.
Yeah. The Ohio Bowl, the Browns, and the Bengals. And it's at the Bengals, but
it matters.
I don't think that matters.
You're not that far apart. It's tougher because Cleveland's playing a little bit better now. That Cleveland, let's not kid yourselves, okay? Cleveland's offense is whatever. Jason Campbell, he's playing well.
Mm-hmm. Their defense is phenomenal.
Their defense is good regardless. Defense has been good for a couple of years. The Cleveland Browns. Yeah. They just need a better offense, and then they'll be right in there. I think this is the week that Cincinnati really proves the class of this division and takes it. I pick Cincinnati.
I don't think that the Bengals are quite the class of the division. I mean, if they thought they were the class of the division, they would have put away the Ravens last week. Sure. They wouldn't have had that slip up against the Ravens.
This division is like... It's like the NFC East. It's very competitive. Yeah. It's very close.
Well, all teams competitive. Pretty much all of them suck.
Well, they're competitive with each other, I guess.
I'm going with the Browns.
All right. This is different so far. This one is an easy one for me.
The Detroit Lions on the road to Heinz Field to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And Pittsburgh's won a couple in a row.
And they're playing pretty good.
They are playing a little better.
And the defense has been playing better.
This is the first game on Sunday, I'll say.
Yeah.
This is the best team in their division playing right now. The Lions are the best team in that division.
Yeah,
easily.
I agree.
They already beat the Chicago twice. They're done with them.
Because they have... The reason why they're the best team in this division... In that division, I should say, is because they have withstood the injuries.
Yeah.
They haven't had any injury problems. Green Bay's been riddled with injury. Chicago's been riddled with injury. Minnesota's just Minnesota.
They're just a mess.
They're just a mess.
I like the Lions. The Lions' offense is explosive. They have Calvin Johnson. They have Matthew Stafford. That front seven for Detroit is very good.
I picked the Lions as well.
Going against the Steelers. Yeah.
The Triple Threat Talk Toilet Bowl game of the week.
That's not pretty. You wouldn't say this about one team, but that's how it is now.
The Oakland Raiders on the road to take on Case Keenum. Yeah, Case Keenum, not T.J. Yates, not
Matt Schwab.
Case Keenum and the Houston Texans. Which, by the way, Gary Kubiak will be back on the sidelines this Sunday.
I really can't see Houston losing 8 in a row. I pick Houston.
I agree with him.
8 in a row, that's just hard to fathom.
I don't see Houston losing 8 in a row, and I don't see them losing their 8th in a row at home.
The fact that the fact that Houston is this bad is astonishing enough. I can't see them losing 8 in a row. I really can't. If they do, that's just a whole mess.
Will it be a winning streak? The Arizona Cardinals on the road to take on Jacksonville and the Jaguars.
The Jags are 1-0. Unfortunately, they have 8 losses before those.
Yes.
So they're not undefeated anymore.
They're 1-8.
1-8. Arizona, they can prove something here today. They got a team that's coming off of a high. They got a team that's feeling confident after getting their first win. They're like, okay, we got our first win now. We can start really playing a little bit better. Arizona needs to prove something to me. I still think Jacksonville's going to lose to win here. I pick Arizona. I don't think Jacksonville's going to win this one. I really don't.
I pick Arizona as well. In a NFC East clash.
NFC least.
Yeah, exactly. The Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Nick Foles.
Yeah, really. I like the Eagles right now. I think the way they're playing, they're the best team in that division right now. I think the way Nick Foles is playing, he's throwing the ball really well. Riley Cooper's finding the end zone. Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy. They're actually using LaShawn McCoy this time around. I think the Eagles are the best team in this division right now. The way Dallas' defense is playing, I don't think they could stop the offense of the Eagles the way they're playing. I pick the Eagles.
I pick the Eagles as well. I think the Redskins are clearly the worst team in this division.
I agree. Yeah. And the Giants are only getting hotter, which is...
In the Triple Threat Talk Toilet Bowl game part 2, the Atlanta Falcons, and who would have thought that? Yeah. They're awful. They are awful.
Yeah.
Abysmal.
Yeah, that's just...
By the way, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. What was that?
Good thing you didn't say. Good thing you didn't go. My Super Bowl, I'm putting it down. Houston and Atlanta.
Yeez. I know, right? The Falcons and the Buccaneers.
Oh, boy. This is tough because I'll say this much. The way, here's the thing, right? Was it the case of Seattle playing bad? Probably. But Tampa Bay can play. They can play. Their record does not show. They can play. And I think Mike Glennon's going to be well. I think again, this is not his first year yet. He stepped in after Freeman, the whole mess. So I think after another year, he'll be all right. You know what? I don't know if it's an upset or not. I pick Tampa Bay. I think the Falcons are just... I don't know what it is about Atlanta. I pick Tampa Bay. I agree. Why not? Buccaneers. Raise a Jolly Roger. Right? No, wrong Buccaneer. Oh yeah. The San Diego Chargers coming off a loss to the Broncos, which is nothing unusual. No, that's nothing to anybody. Travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. What a mess they are. I think it's only going to get worse. I pick San Diego. I pick San Diego because they're going to be mad. The Dolphins aren't. Well, they're just a mess. No, they're a mess. One of the hottest teams in football, the New York Giants. Here we go. The switch has been flipped. Here we go. Super Bowl run, right? Taking on the Green Bay Packers with not Aaron Rodgers, not Seneca Wallace, but Scott Tolzien. And also breaking news, I don't know if this is breaking still, but Matt Flynn has been signed. He is the backup now to Scott Tolzien. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Matt Flynn. I agree. Here's the thing. Even though the Giants have won 3 straight, their offense is horrible. Their offense is really bad. The defense is playing a little bit better, but Eli Manning just can't find anything. Hey. What? Let's not forget, you can't spell elite without Eli. Well, I think Webster needs to change his spelling because he's not elite right now. As bad as Green Bay is without Rodgers, they ran the ball pretty well against Philly. And lost against Chicago. And Van Rodgers got hurt in the first quarter, and they were competing. Yeah. I pick Green Bay. I just think they'll find a way to win. I say because they're at home, and like you said, they've hit the switch. No pun intended. I pick the Giants. The Minnesota Vikings go to the land of Oz to take on Russell, first name Russell, last name Wilson, and the Seattle Seahawks. What should be the wallop of the week? We may get our overall line back this week. We may. But I know one thing where Percy Harvin is playing, and we'll see how he does. They're playing at home after a great win on the road against Atlanta. Again, after having Tampa Bay, I'm not taking any opponent lightly anymore. But the way Minnesota's playing, Christian Potter's not supposed to play. I think they'll be able to stop the run against, I hope, God forbid. I hope they can stop throwing against Adrian Peterson, but I still like Seattle.
They could be playing in Seattle. They could be playing in Minnesota. They could be playing on the moon. I pick Seattle in a wallop.
I'm not saying anything because with Tampa Bay, I'm with Tampa Bay.
And if these aren't the three biggest games, then wow. Three, you got the 4:25, you got the late game on Sunday afternoon, the Sunday night game, and the Monday night game. This is playoff caliber games right here. Let's start right here. The Sunday afternoon late game, the San Francisco 49ers coming off that 10-9 heartbreak against the Panthers, going on the road to take on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
It surprised me to say it, but San Francisco will be 6-4. They're playing New Orleans, and when I pick New Orleans outside of the dome, I don't know, but they're playing in New Orleans, so I give them every chance to win that game in New Orleans. I pick Saints.
I picked the Saints as well. I think Colin Kaepernick is done. In a battle of the two best teams in the AFC,
this is it now.
Record-wise,
right.
I'm still not sure about that because of the Chiefs' schedule.
Right.
But anyway, that being said, the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs go on the road. Which, by the way, Dwayne Bowe, he must have got confused. See, they're playing in Mile High. So he got confused. He thought if he smoked dope, he would be ready to play.
So he was on a high mile.
Yeah. I think he twisted that around. So it takes on Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos.
This is the first game that Kansas City is playing against a team that's good. Every game they've played has been a team that gets mediocre or bad. I think Kansas City gets exposed. I think Denver beats them and beats them up.
They keep harping that Kansas City is the NFL leader in sacks. But they ain't had a problem because they ain't played nobody. So, of course, they're going to sack everybody. I picked the Broncos.
I still think Kansas City is good. 9-0 is 9-0 in the NFL. That's not easy to come by. But they haven't played anybody. If they go into Denver and they win, then it's like, okay, this team is going places.
Right. For the first time in a couple of weeks, we actually get a good Monday night game. It's been a while since we had a good Monday night game. A couple of weeks. Wow. Carolina Panthers, the hottest team in football right now. No doubting that whatsoever. Take on Tom Brady and the Patriots, who are actually coming off a bye. So they get extra rest because it's a Monday off bye week.
I think the Patriots are making a huge run right now. They're playing really well football. They're playing pretty decent defense considering the people they've lost defensively. Brady's playing well offensively. I think Gronk's only going to get stronger. I picked New England.
I picked the Patriots as well.
That defense for Carolina is going to be really tough to stop. So
I agree. I totally agree. So that about wraps it up. I know there really isn't a lot of wrestling talk going on right now. There's not a lot of time left on the show.
They were in England this past week.
Yeah, it was taped. So, you
can read the results online, but I watched. It was pretty thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was okay. It was what it was. I know there's a lot of big games in the NFL this week that we wanted to really talk about.
Right.
A couple things.
It's going to happen from time to time if there's bigger things.
But
again, wrestling has come back live this week. We'll have more of that next week. But everything was taped, so it's pretty much already out there anyway. So, do you have a wild card at all?
I just want to say, everybody, if you would, just take a moment. I don't care if it's $1, if it's $5, if it's $10, if it's $20. Please go to the Red Cross and donate to the families and the people of the Philippines. That is an awful...
Over 10,000 people.
Awful tragedy. Probably one of the world's worst tragedies ever.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Send money, supplies, anything. Help out. That's a terrible tragedy. And we here at Triple Threat Talk send all of our thoughts and prayers to the families and everyone in the Philippines affected by this tragic situation.
My wild card's not like that, obviously, but that's definitely a good one. My wild card is just quick. It's tennis. The final big event of the year, the Barclays World Tour Finals. The semifinals, Nadal beat Federer, nothing new there, and Djokovic with the other Swiss player, Wawrinka, and then the final, Djokovic wins pretty easily 6-3, 6-4 over Nadal, so Djokovic wins the final big event of the year. And it looks pretty strong going to 2014. And the Australian Open starts in January, so tennis is
January
right around the corner.
So like NASCAR, they have no time off.
There you go. So that's it for the show this week. If you want to like us on Facebook, please click that like button, as so many have done this week. There's been a lot of likes, actually, in the past couple of days.
That's good.
We appreciate it at triplethreattalk.com on Facebook, facebook.com/triplethreattalk. Send us any comment or question you have at Yahoo, triplethreattalk@yahoo.com. Of course, go to Twitter, at triplethreattalk on Twitter. This is Big B.
This is Postmaster Jones. Everybody have a good, safe week. Enjoy football this weekend. And enjoy the start of college basketball.
I would say something witty, but we're running out of time. This is Big B signing off. Goodbye, everybody.